Hello everyone, welcome back to Storekeeper Homestead. So I want to talk to you real quick. What happens when we go into a depression? It's not if anymore, you guys. It's when. And I can promise you I am correct about that. Listen to this clip.
Because we've spent so much money, it's like the federal budget deficit is insane. It's like $3 trillion. Federal expenditures are $7 trillion. Federal revenue is $4 trillion. That's a $3 trillion difference in. If this was a company, it'd be a $3 trillion loss. So I don't know if we should be adding to that loss. That seems pretty crazy. Something's got to give. You can't just spend $3 trillion more than you earn every year and don't expect something bad to happen. I think, this is not good. The deficit is more than $3 trillion when you look at the future obligations. So it's $7 trillion of current expenditures, but it's much more than that if you look at future obligations for Social Security, Medicare, and so forth. So we're running this incredible deficit.
Next question for you is, what are we going to do when or if all these migrants get green cards to work permits? What are we going to do then? Because let me explain something to you guys. Businesses are deciding not to open. We have less business growth than we ever had before. So where are all these people going to work? And here's the thing. People who have multiple children but make minimum wage jobs pay taxes, but they get back so much at the end of the year that our tax system has become a welfare system. My mom did not believe me when I told her that 15 years ago. But I had just become a single mom, had gone through a divorce, and I had 3 children, and I was an educator. I think that year I made like $27,000. I ended up paying in like $3,500 in taxes and got back from the IRS over $7,000 because of child tax credits. My mom was so shocked. Things had changed so much with taxation since her and my dad had started a business and been young parents and young Americans, because my parents are 80. So this is what I'm telling you. For the ones of you who don't get all of these programs, what's happening right now is that more money goes back out than is actually taken in through taxes because of the child tax credit and how we turned our IRS payments into basically a welfare system. All right? You better get prepared. If you are on Social Security, if you're on disability, if you get Medicaid, Medicare, food stamps, the child tax credits through the IRS, you had better get prepared. Those programs can't hang on much more. We owe too much as a country. So what's fixing to happen is either we are going to be taken over by our debtors, basically, people that we owe, going to come in and just take the whole country from us, you guys. Or as more and more mass migration continues to happen, we're going to be displaced. Your checks are going to stop coming because the government's simply not going to have the money to send it to you. So what are you going to do in that situation? Now, I know it's an uncomfortable situation, but I'm being serious, and you had better start thinking outside the box. How are you going to pay your electric bill? Because I can tell you right now, the phone can go. The phone bill can go. The truck insurance can go. The Wi-Fi can go. The Netflix can go. All of it can go. Except water, food, electricity, and unfortunately, if you have a mortgage on your house, you better find a way to pay that. And taxes on your property every year, if you've not homesteaded your property and you're still having to pay taxes, well, you'd better figure it out, you guys, because it's coming whole lot faster than you think. Now let me explain something to you. Food is fixing to be an issue. We have thousands, almost 10,000 mass migration instances a day right now at our southern border that we know of. All right? all across the world, Germany, Spain, Ireland, the Netherlands, they're all being told they can't farm on these small to mid-sized farms. So two things are going to happen. Food demands are going to go up, and food supplies are going to go down.
Footage of protesting farmers in Germany, but we must share it. They're vital, our food supply. Roll this. These are all the farmers in Germany. Next. Roll it. Next. So, 2023, this is New York Post, finishes the warmest year on record. Of course, all this is fake. It's all lies. Go to realclimatescience.com. Next.
Now, the migrants have nothing to worry about. They're getting food stamps and free food delivered. But for the average American, food prices keep going up, you guys. God gave you the ability to create. It is better now that you start than if you continue to wait. Hear me now. Things are not going to just go back to the way they are. It's over, you guys. We have got to take control of what we can take control of. And that is you being responsible with what money you do have. It's going to make you a stronger person, I promise. But you had better slay your flesh now. Start cutting needless bills out. Cut them out. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Because if you're living on a credit card month to month, you're not making it now. It's fixing to get worse. How are you going to make it? Figure out a way to grow some food. Any food. Figure out a way to secure your water and make sure that you can keep your family warm in the winter. I don't know what to tell you guys other than that. I want you to watch these clips. I want you to see what they're doing in Spain. I want you to hear this migrant in Ireland when he admits that he's not running from war. He's an economic migrant. He's here in Ireland for economic chances. And you're going to hear this Irish guy basically say, hold on, you're getting free medical? I can't get free medical.
Who told you to come to Ireland? Did someone say Ireland's a good place?
Yeah, when I was in Algeria, I was like programming this process.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
But why? Who told you? Who said Ireland is?
I saw it on YouTube and.
You saw on YouTube,
yeah.
right? Okay, Ireland's a good place.
Yeah, so I can study here, like
right, okay.
Calm and everything.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I have like medical treatment here, and that's good.
All right, and the government pays for that. For the treatment.
Yeah, it's free. I have medical
card. All right, okay. You have a medical card?
Yeah.
Oh. You know, I can't get one.
Medical card?
No.
Why?
Because the government won't give me one.
Oh, yeah.
And you?
But I am a refugee and I am sick. I told them the first time when I came to the International Protection Office.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I pause the video right here to look up the International Protection Agency. Here is what I found.
But you know, see, this is the problem that Irish people have. Your accommodation's paid for by the state.
Yeah.
I'm paying for it, the Irish taxpayer. I pay tax.
Yeah. Me too. When I get my work permit, I will.
But
I will follow my study and I.
But you're staying in accommodation. I don't get free accommodation. I don't get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get free medical care. I don't get free medical care. I have to pay for all my medical care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you have Irish citizenship.
Yeah. So the Irish people are treated not very well in our country. You know, Irish people bottom, migrants at the top.
No, I want to be like Irish citizen and I want to pay taxes.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, as an Irish citizen, I don't get free healthcare.
Yeah.
You get a medical card. I don't get a free medical card. You get your house paid for. I don't get my house paid for. You get free transportation, taxis.
But you can work. Me, I cannot work. I don't have work permit.
Yeah, but if you do get a work permit, you're competing with Irish people for work. Then
Yeah.
there's only so many. Like, we've got an immigration problem. Irish people are leaving, going to Australia.
Yeah. I think this country is formed by immigration.
How?
Yeah.
How?
It's like formed with immigrants and this country.
Since when?
All Irish people, like, they leave to other country.
So because we left to other countries, we should give up our country.
No.
But, like, for example, Letterkenny, there's very few Irish people in Letterkenny, and we're all migrants.
Yeah.
This used to be an Irish town.
Yeah.
No Irish people anymore now.
Yeah, but I don't know why.
Yeah, well, but can you see the problem with immigration, that Irish people are being forced out?
Yeah, why?
What do you mean? Like, well, there's Letterkenny alone. There's not many Irish people in Letterkenny alone now.
Yeah. And why?
Why? Because Ireland have open borders, because they've got people coming from, like, Algeria, where there's no wars in Algeria.
But
there's no wars in Nigeria.
Many problem. We have terrorism, and
but is that our problem?
No.
Is that why should I pay for your accommodation? Why should I pay for your medical card?
Yeah. Because we
Why?
are refugees. Yeah.
No, but why should I pay for it? Why am I paying for your house? Why am I paying for your accommodation? Why am I paying for your food, your transportation? Why am I paying for it? I'm paying for it. Me. Yeah, I pay tax.
Yeah.
I pay tax.
But we too. When we.
No, you're not paying tax now.
Yeah, but when we will work, we will pay taxes, of course.
You see my point? I'm paying for your accommodation. I'm paying for your food.
Yeah.
You know, Ireland has open borders. Well, there's no control on Irish borders.
Yeah, you have to complain.
I am complaining. That's why I'm making this video here now, exposing what's happening in our towns. Our towns has been taken over, and we're sick and fed up of it. We're tired of it. Yeah. Our towns are not safe. This is not a safe street anymore. Our Irish children can't walk the streets anymore. We're tired and sick of it. Right, I'm going to leave it there, boys. See you later. Yeah. Just to give you an idea of what's happening in our beautiful country. It's hard to spot an Irishman now on the streets of Letterkenny. If you do, it's a rare occasion. Well, young man. Well, how long am I here?
I refuse to put my video.
Why?
I refuse that.
You refuse what?
Yeah, you didn't tell me who you are before taking this video.
I don't have to tell you who I am.
No. You cannot film me. It's illegal. Like when I refuse.
It's illegal.
Yeah.
How is it illegal?
Yeah, when
cite me the Irish law that it's illegal then.
No. You have to take it off.
No, I'm not gonna.
Who are you?
Who are you?
You didn't tell me before.
It doesn't matter who I am.
You didn't tell me before.
What's your problem?
You didn't ask me.
I don't have to ask you. I came up to chat to you. What have you got to hide?
You are the councillor. You're the councillor.
The councillor?
Yeah. Are you the councillor?
No, I'm running for election.
I love the audacity. Who are you? Who are you? This is an illegal migrant who comes into the country the illegal way. I cut all that out. Made the video too long. But he has the audacity to tell an Irishman on Irish soil, I don't give you permission. I don't know who you are. Well, we don't know who you are. See, that's the problem. They come because YouTube videos are saying, hey, come here. Come here. There are migrants, illegal migrants in America making thousands of dollars a video, encouraging other people to come here. Plus, not to mention the people down in Venezuela knocking door to door, business to business, saying, come to America. We'll take care of you. It's got to stop, you guys. Somebody has to be held accountable. And I'm telling you, neither the Republican nor the Democratic Party is going to stop it. Get on the phone, call your congressman, call your governor, tell them you're done. You're going to vote them out if they don't stop it. I don't want to hear that everybody in the world has a legal right to come to America. Well, if you want to come. But you should not get a medical card. The veterans, the medical care for the veterans, you guys, they're paying and processing claims for migrants ahead of our military personnel. And they're being told to do that. I told you guys, I got a letter from a lady in Venezuela, an email, who is an American citizen, who told me they're telling people to come to America, but they're not just doing it here. See, most people are just upset about America. You had better realize this is happening in all first world countries and Western countries. They are sending us violent, young men. Well, let me say it this way. They're sending us men from violent third world countries that are coming here with identity problems and anger issues, and, you know, poor them, because in their country they couldn't get along with the government. Well, they're not going to get along with the government here either. Guys, I'm telling y'all, you had better start securing your food. You had better start putting up medication. I told a lady the other day that I would talk about, what do you do if you're on medications that you can't get over the counter? Well, start weaning yourself. Start weaning yourself. Making sure the end of the month, you're leaving 2 or 3 of those pills that you have to have in the bottle. You're combining them so that you've got enough to keep you alive through the worst of it. Start doing your research on what natural plants can take the place of your pharmaceutical medication, and start transitioning yourself from big pharma to herbal health care. See if your doctor will give you an extra month's supply to put up. Because I'm going to tell you, I saw that in 2016 with the Great Flood. I saw people who did not have their medications for 2 and 3 weeks because everything was flooded. Couldn't get to the hospitals, doctor's office closed, you don't have your medicine, can't get to a doctor to get new medicine, the hospital's not going to prescribe it for you. And these people were hurting. They were hurting. Some people, it was blood pressure, some it was diabetes. I'm telling you guys, you better prepare yourself. You are your own responsibility. The government should not be taking care of you. Okay? You should not be taking care of your children. You're gonna have to stand on your own 2 feet. You're gonna have to prepare yourself. You need to get outside. It is cold today. What am I doing? Walking up and down my driveway, around my 2 acres. Just moving, getting my blood flowing, getting my body used to being uncomfortable. Actually, what I'm doing also is trying out different types of like body armor to see what is the warmest and what combinations of clothes when I put them on keep me the warmest, the longest, because we tend to lose power out here a lot in the winter, and I don't have a wood stove yet. So if we lose power with this incoming storm here in a couple weeks, I'm gonna lose water. I'm gonna lose power, and that can last to 7 to 14 days, because it has. My house was like 22 degrees when the heater finally came back on. 22 degrees inside of my home. It's cold, y'all. That's cold. So I'm telling you, you better start getting yourself tough. You're an American. Suck it up, Buttercup. I don't need anybody to take care of me. I don't want anybody to take care of me. But if you would like to help me help the less fortunate, please go to our GiveSendGo.com campaign under Food for Thought and help us feed hungry American families April through November. Because I'm telling you guys, something's coming. God, I can smell it. I can feel it. As I watch the world, I can hear it. So listen with me today. Hear what other people are telling you. God bless you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video.
Vaccines are caring. I've never been convinced about why, A, you would leave all your family. If you're what you're describing to me is this horrendous scenario. I don't know your family circumstances, but I can tell you, if there was something horrific going on in this country, I would not be leaving my loved ones behind and scarpering. That's the first point. So I'm never convinced when they, just learn men doing this. The second point, again, if I genuinely thought I was about to be hanged in the country of origin that I was in, my primary concern my only concern anyway, would be get to safety.
That's it.
As soon as I'm safe, I'd be breathing, I'd be relaxed, I'd be like, right, thank goodness for me, I'm safe. What I wouldn't imagine myself doing under any scenario is sitting there thinking, right, I'm going to be hanged, so where do I want to go in the world? Start picking and choosing, looking on Google Maps, looking at nice hotels and getting myself chuffed when my friends are telling me, look at all these facilities that you might have, rocking up to said hotel and then refusing the facility because it doesn't meet my expectations. You turn around and say...
Enferra, un día más. Enferra, un día más. Enferra, un día más. Enferra.
After an apartment block was taken over by the Home Office to house up to 300 male asylum seekers. The brand new block of flats, over 100 of them, was initially marketed as homes for rental at £1,400 each per month, but it's now been withdrawn from the market. And to discuss this further and to try and get to the bottom of this situation, I'm now joined by the leader of Rushmore Borough Council, Councillor Gareth Lyon. Councillor Lyon, thank you very much for joining us on GB News. So, first of all, I want to talk about the nature of which locals found out about this. It transpires, this story broke last night on GB News on the Nigel Farage show. Locals utterly flummoxed, utterly befuddled. They weren't consulted. They found out about it via the television, via GB News. How did we get to this situation?
Yes, and thank you for having me on the show, Martin. What I'd like to say first up is that Rushmore is proud to be a welcoming borough. Both Farnborough and Aldershot have residents from across the world who contribute to the life of our community. The problem with this Home Office plan, and they're not in place yet, it is still a Home Office scheme which they're looking to proceed with against our advice, is that it completely ignores the concerns of those residents and us, their councillors and our MP. So we as a local council still haven't got the full details from the Home Office about this. We've been working behind the scenes at great length to try and dissuade them from this. We think it's a bad idea, and we've made the case to the Home Office endlessly, but they do seem to be ignoring us.
OK, and Gareth, I spoke to some residents earlier, very, very angry about the fact that many people in the area can barely afford to buy a house themselves. Young people often actually being forced out of the area because property prices are high, rental prices are high, and so you can understand the frustration of the local residents when they see 300 people being given a brand new apartment with swanky kitchens, wooden floors, sliding doors, VIP apartments, totally free at the taxpayer's expense.
Yes, we are as frustrated as they are. We did not want the Home Office to put this proposal in there. We've made this very clear to them from the off. This is the wrong place for them to be putting that development. We've sent them multiple letters. Our Member of Parliament has said the same thing. And so we absolutely share those frustrations of our residents, and we share a frustration that we are being consistently ignored. We think it's sensitive.
Taken over. Next. All right, London, there are about 500 mosques. But to provoke, they choose to pray in the streets. And the mayor wants this. Roll this. Amazing, huh? Next. All right. New Year's Eve in Brussels, Belgium. Roll this. That's what illegal immigration does. Next. All right. Hawaii didn't know you grew some. It's about time. We'll need to come together, protest against government overreach. If Hawaii can, the rest of us can. So this is a little clip. Roll it. Hawaiian government banned fireworks, so look what they did. Unfortunately,
such large-scale mass immigration is a rising intolerance amongst the indigenous population.
I've noticed that when I grew up, race wasn't the #1 issue. It now really is the #1 issue in this country. I mean, I have to say, it frustrates me enormously that racial tensions that didn't exist in the past are now being created, and I would argue stoked up by the political left, who want people to come to this country, or lots of people to come to this country, in order to denigrate our society.
Yeah.
Well, that's the crux of the issue, actually, and that's the reason why mass immigration first started in Britain. When Tony Blair got that victory in 1997, they thought to themselves, well, the Tories are the natural party of government.
Yeah.
We probably only have 2 terms in office in which we can actually implement the radical reform and change that we need to ensure that we have Labour governments in the future.
And change the demographics forever.
And one of the ways we're going to do that is, as Peter Mandelson said, was to send out search parties to bring migrants to Britain, because ethnic minorities vote 80% for the Labour Party. So by allowing mass immigration into Britain, the plan was that over the coming decades, you would have a huge demographic voting for Labour. And if you look at cities like London and in the north, for example, the policy has worked.
What I don't understand, Rafe, is we live in a country now where, look, it's not apartheid, but there is no doubt that it is accepted and tolerated to be racist against white people in a way that's not racist. And if you talk to somebody like Lee Jasper, and I advise you not to, but if you talk to somebody like Lee Jasper, what he will say is, racism, the definition of racism is when you are being discriminated on the grounds of your race, and your race is in a minority. Right. Now, that is an important caveat, because Lee Jasper, one would assume, believes it's entirely legitimate to discriminate against somebody who's white on the grounds that the king is also white, therefore they won normally.
But of course, we know that that's not true. We know that the most disadvantaged group of all in this country are actually white working class boys. These are the underachievers in society. These are the groups that actually need the help, the helping hand. What we actually have in this reality is, rather than white privilege, we increasingly have a situation of black privilege, where we can see people who are promoted exclusively because of the colour of their skin, rather than actually for any meritocratic purposes.
I mean, I used to get it. I've got to be honest with you. Look, at the end of the day, I'm in a privileged position doing this job. It's a great job. But when I was a contributor, in the same way as Lois and David are, I'll tell you, the number of people that used to phone me up and say, Andre, we love you, we think you're really, really good, but can you find somebody who's as good as you, who's either black or female? And you think, well, I mean, you've just racially discriminated against me and discriminated on the ground. But to make it even more egregious, they asked me to find them. No.